Hey, welcome back. This is Jay. We're going to tie a bull trout fly. Bull trout. Rainbows will take it. Brown trout will take it. You know, anything that likes to eat crunchy stuff will take it. Use some frost tip rabbit and an Umpqua 60-degree jig hook. And think, come on, Boomer. Come on, buddy. Come on. Maybe my kitty's going to join me when we tie this fly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's give it a try. Okay, let's get going on this. When we get started, I'm going to try to keep my shoulder out of it. This is a beautiful bull trout fly tied on a 60-degree jig hook. We're going to tie some others like this. Are they good for, yeah, they're good for bull trout, they're good for rainbow, they're good for brown trout. They represent something crunchy and juicy. Is it a bait fish? Maybe. Is it a crawdad? Maybe. Point is, it's just one of these fishy looking things. Now I'm using some Danville's 210 denier thread. It's a real nice thread to tie some of these big bushy flies with. And this is a hairline double pupil eye. Oh, come on, don't be pesky with me. Could be brass, could be lead. You could use a different eye, it would be just fine. I'm kind of putting this on kind of at the bend where the steel bends. You could put it up higher, you could put it down lower. Nothing magic about it. And it's also not magic the number of turns I'm using. And I could do that faster. Let me move my cement out of the way here. I could make that go faster if I wasn't sitting off to the side. But I am sitting off to the side. So we're going to start with some frost tip rabbit, and this is black and orange. Black and orange. It's kind of cool. I'm going to try to put a little bit of a point on this. I don't always do that. Sometimes I do though. So let me think, this is going to be riding up like that, so let's see. Yep, that's right. You know, sometimes I have to pause and think, what the heck am I doing? I'm going to trim this into a bit of a point just to reduce the bulk of where I tie it in. And I'm going to trim off a little bit of the hair. I'm going to lash this down. Don't need to lash a whole bunch down, just a little bit. Got a little bit of Loctite here. You can tell I haven't tied for a few days. Okay, got that. Now the body is going to be it's a foxy brush. It's 1.5 inches and it's orange and black. It's just going to fill this out really nicely. You could use a different material. This is going to fill out the body quite nicely, give it some substance while not collecting a lot of water. This is a fly I would have formerly tied maybe with a cross-cut rabbit wrapped around the shank. When you do it this way, you don't get nearly as much water retention and weight. Reach over to get my wire trimming scissors. There we go. Okay, let's get a little bit of flash in here. We've got some copper ice wing. It's really nice stuff. Don't need too much. That's probably too much. Wouldn't hurt anything to put it on, but certainly more than I need. I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Some of those wild ones are a little bit longer than we need. I'm going to put some on each side. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to trim that there, and then I'm going to trim it. There we go. So they're not all the same length. Then I'm going to brush them a little bit. Then this fly is pretty easy to tie. Pretty nice. I'm going to use a Summerlat's Foxy brush, and this is root beer with orange. If you can see this, it's kind of a root beer color, and it's got a little bit of orange fibers in it. It's got a little bit of flash in it. Really nice stuff. It's going to give you some movement in the water. And now when I wrap this, I'm going to try to keep my fibers from getting wrapped under. How many turns do we need? How many turns do we want to use? You could probably get away with just one, but I think I've got 2.5 here. Now I'm going to make a little part, just like you're parting your hair. I'm going to wind my thread over once, twice. Now I'm going to trim that. Now how would you fish this? We would fish this along a bank. We could fish it in deeper water. We could fish it under a strike indicator. We can swim this fly. I'm just trying to push down the little wire stem there. It's a very versatile fly. As I say, indicator, cast and strip, swing it. Would a smallmouth bass take this? You darn right they would. Shad? I'm not so sure I'd choose this for a shad fly. In fact, I'm sure I wouldn't. But most critters that we're fishing for, including steelhead, you bet. Okay, there you go. It's bull trout jig. It's a frost tip rabbit. It's kind of a black and orange and root beer color. Good fly. Get up there, tie some, have some fun with it. Thank you.